Hi guys, in this lesson we are going to learn loops in Python, specifically for loops. For loop is extremely needed for you while working and extracting the data. So stay tuned and try to learn and practice all these lessons of this tutorial. I have run this command Jupyter Notebook and run this local server here. And here I will create a new file called for loops. These are our previous lessons. I will rename it to for loop. And now let's try to explain the loop and how does it work. First I will create the list here equals 11, given the elements here, and click enter, and if I type it this variable here, it will print out the result. But I want to print this result in another way, like with the help of for loop here. How should I do this? First I will type in the keyword for, then I will type any character or word that I like. Usually in practice we just use the I, then keyword in, and then I will type this variable here. I will pass it in to this one because this iteration comes from this variable here. This I is going to iterate through these numbers, this variable here. If I click colon here, it will throw me to the new line, and I will print out the I here. And you can see that it will print out the result. It basically, what does it do here? This I character is going to iterate through each element here and print out all the elements which are located in this list here. Instead of the I, it could be anything, like you can just type the word here and change it here, word, click alt enter. You could see that it will print out again the same result. Instead of the numbers, I can even pass this list here. It will print out the result, the same result again, because we have defined the values or the variable instead of the values here. But if I just define these values here, it will print again the same result here. No matter, it will work fine. Okay, now I want to print out the same results in another way with the help of for function, for loop. How should I do this? I will again print out the list, and now let's do it another way with the help of len and or range functions here. First, what I will do is I will just type in the len function and assign it to this variable here, these numbers. You could see that I just passed this variable to this len function and assigned it to this variable n. If I print out the n, it will print 3. Basically, it has counted all the elements inside of this list. And now I will create a loop and use the for range function with this len, with this variable here. What should I do? I will type in for I in keyword, and instead of this array or passing the variable here, I will just type in the range function here and give this n, pass the n variable here. After the colon, I will print out the result. The result will be what? The result will be this variable, because this variable holds all these elements here, numbers, and we will pass what? This iteration here. And if I click run, you could see that the result will be again the same. How does this range function works? In this example, we can just print out the sequence of numbers from 0 to 9. This is a basic explanation to make you understandable. I will again print the range, and here I will pass 2 elements here, 0 and 9. After the column, I will print what? I will print I here. It will print out all these numbers here. You could see if I type in not from 0, if I type in like 1, only 100 here, it will print out all these numbers. I can even pass the end here. I think that it should print it in single line. If I just type in a space, it will print out this result like this one. Again, if you have given a task to print out all the elements between, for example, -10 and 5, you could easily use the range function like this one and type in like -10, then 5, and run it. Basically, it will print out all these numbers here. We can even find the index position of these numbers here. How we should do this? We could again, let's create another numbers array here. 2 equals what? Let's type in a lot of numbers here. Only numbers I'm passing right now. I don't work with strings, but you can work with strings. It does not matter. Let's create the for loop here, but not with variable. We will work again with range here. For I in range, I will just type in the 0, 5, and now I will print out what? I and these variables, numbers 2, and combine it with this I iteration here. What will it do? It will print out all these how should I say, numbers, basically with these index numbers from 0 position to 5 position here. But what if I want to print them only as far as I don't know the length of these characters? I can just type anything I want. 8, it will print out 8 elements or 7 elements here. But if I want to use the whole list here, what I will do, I will use this len function here. I will just define the len here, or again without even using the variable, I will type in the len and pass these variables here, numbers 2, and it's not iterable, it will print out the result. Okay, it has given me the error here. Why? Let's see. Let's just define the variable here, equals len numbers 2, alt enter, and here I will type in the range. Oh, I forgot to put the range here. I will have to put the range function, and now it will work fine. I even don't need to check it here. You could see that just by typing this function, it will print all these elements which are located inside of the list. Here I can go over, even use the enumerate function in order to iterate through this list and print out both index and its values here, element values. How we should use the enumerate function? Let's first print out the numbers variable here and see its values here. And now I will use what? The enumerate function. For I, the second parameter will be number in enumerate. Then I will type in the variable itself, numbers 2. Pay attention that this one is a variable, but this one is the strange just word given by myself. You can type in anything you want here. It could be even be the numbers 2. Let's type in numbers 2, for example, the variable name itself, in order to see the difference. And after the colon, I will print out what? I and numbers 2. If I click enter, it will print out perfectly the result. basically it will take this argument here, because this is going to iterate this list with the help of the I, which is the index number here. But if I try to add something here like items, it will print out the error because it will send int object is not iterable. In order to avoid this error, always just make the difference here and don't make it the same like the variable itself. First, after clicking it, it will again repeat its error, but if I run this list again and print out its result and run it, yes, it will print out the result. You could see. Let's use loops with string elements and print the elements of the list. How we should do this? First, let's just type in the list and give like 3 strings here. Azerbaijan. The second one will be, for example, England. The third one will be USA. And now what I will do, I will try to iterate it with the help of range. Again, this is, we already have done it, and this is the same with strings or numbers here. For I in range like 3, we will give 3. This is a random number, or this is a number that I have counted based on this list. You can even do it with the help of len. But if you don't want to use the range, we could just type in this variable itself and iterate through it. And now I will print what? I will print I, or countries I, and like add something here. Sorry, add something like position, and here I can even add the I if I want. You can see that we have the result. Even if we don't want it to be like that, we can again do it with enumerate. The result is the same, just copy it, and here I will use the variables itself. For I will type in country in countries, enumerate countries, right? And I will print out what here? Country, not countries, because this string is going to be iterable. Country, this one delete, type in country, and after the comma this should be the same. For I in country, we have an error here. Why? Because we don't have a comma here. If I type in comma, we have another error. This one, this is a syntax error. Instead of car, I will type in country, click run. Again, the result is the same. Or the third way, just the easiest way, for I in countries, but this would not count its indexes. It's always only is going to print out its result here. Print I, this one, like this iteration is going to be these values itself. Or you can add anything, something here. This one, click enter, give space like this one, iterate them like that. You can even add the position. After I, you can add the position, right, like this one. But in order to add the elements or index numbers, you should either use range or enumerate function.